Hey, we didn't talk too much about, this is just a little sidebar, about the Timberwolves, I think they play tomorrow.
Yeah, they play
won the
one.
game the other night.
Huh?
Did they win the other night?
Yeah, they 2-0.
They 2-0?
They undefeated, honestly.
Listen, man, they finna change the tone for y'all.
Yeah, we been
They finna set it out.
If we beat the Nuggets,
Hey, set it out. Y'all gonna have to brag about it.
And the Wolves play tomorrow?
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
All right.
Tomorrow we can go 3-0.
It's gonna be a
Yep.
It's here too. It's at home. The next two games.
Fingers crossed.
I play Denver Nuggets.
Excuse me, brother.
Yeah, our next.
Can you laminate that for me?
Laminate?
Downtown Minneapolis.
I asked him, he said you all.
But now they gonna change the whole tone in the city, man.
Yeah, I heard him say that yesterday. I was sure what he was talking about. We don't have a
I think we are. I think we're gonna win.
No, what I would do,
I hope
I would go to
I got faith.
Walgreens tomorrow.
I'm on the band, I can't go places. I don't
Oh.
know, let me go. Yes, I would.
I didn't think it would happen.
We got a young team.
They chilling
I
together.
have to go out to another stop to do it. Give it to me before we
Our
leave,
defense is what's keeping us in the game.
and then I'll get it done and then get back to you
Now we
tomorrow.
gotta get the Vikings on board.
Okay.
Thank
We
you.
gotta take baby steps, one thing at a time.
Bro, I was gonna say, the other wants everything.
Get that one first, and then you get the marinade on that.
Look, I've been following Green Bay and a fan of Green Bay for too long. I want Minnesota to do something.
No, trust me, I do too. I'm a Minnesota fan all the way around, even down to the Wilds and the Twins.
You should.
I ain't gonna lie to you.
I'm the Heat.
You need life insurance to be a
Florida
Vikings
Marlins,
fan.
all that.
But you know, the Lakers used to be in Minnesota, right?
Yeah, he used to be the Minneapolis
Yeah.
Lakers. Yeah.
So we had to get rid of them, and they
I
became a
didn't know that.
championship caliber team. Now hopefully we can have our own.
be Minnesota?
Yeah.
I ain't know that.
Like way back when.
Yeah, we just thought about Jersey. Bless you.
Bless you.
All my life has been Los Angeles.
Just like the Dallas Stars used to be the Minnesota North Stars.
The what?
The Dallas Stars. NHL team. Hockey. Used to be up here. And now we have,
But it's going to be a
Wow.
parole. He don't never answer his phone.
Twins never used to be located here either. They're out east.
Doug, he's going back too far, man. People can't remember that stuff you talking about. I don't know what he's talking about. Right. Doug is taking you way back
Yeah.
to the Washington Twins.
Washington.
Yeah.
I mean,
Hmm?
we had a Washington Twins.
I know about that either.
No.
No, they were the Washington Senators.
Yeah. Well, on our team,
I thought they were
like
Redskins.
second hand.
It's still going back.
For a while.
Let me draw this. Hot logic.
Brother, would you take off your hat?
I'm so sorry.
I like how it coordinates with your outfit. Sister, I missed you yesterday. Where was you?
I had a doctor's appointment. I couldn't schedule it.
See, all right, it was good to see your face. I thought because of all this male energy, I thought we had run you off. I said, oh man, we done clowned her out, you know what I mean?
Like it's the fact that she couldn't get a gas card.
Right. Could be that. Don't happen.
So wait.
Yeah, I read through most of y'all's tests yesterday. Sister, you missed your test. You accepted test.
She was here when we took the test.
Oh, we here, we took the test. Most everybody had the correct
What are you talking about, the quiz?
The quiz.
Took the little
I
quiz
forgot
on
to turn mine
Tuesday.
in, I didn't know we were supposed to.
No,
He said to turn it.
Huh?
You supposed to turn that quiz in?
Yeah.
Oh, that's in the car. Man, I'm good.
I'd be the first.
Yeah, I know. First time for that.
I do, it's right, ATC.
Hey, Brianna. Sometimes it goes down, but passwords, everybody should have a printout at their desk on what the password is. I made one for every desk, but there should also be one inside the conference room. And then in our area where me and Makai sit, there's also some hanging up on the wall. And there was one in the break room too. So I posted them everywhere.
What's that?
Okay, if you need to make some copies and
Well, man.
I'll take one down, make a copy or whatever. But I know there's two in our area where me and Makai sit. Okay. And let me know what's going on, because sometimes Comcast will shut them down for a while to do whatever maintenance. But okay, yes, it'll come back up most likely.
Yeah, I missed you yesterday. We was like, damn, where you go?
Yep, no, that's because we're all connected to the router.
Good to see you, sir.
So there's Pop Lee and then there's Pop 21.
Okay, let's get started. I
Okay.
wanna share something.
Let me know how it goes.
Excuse me, Wayne. Man, it's good to see everybody. It's a beautiful day out. It's Thursday. Did you go to the Dairy Queen? You hooked it up last night? My man, I appreciate that. Man, I was thinking about you. I said, man, I'm driving out to this Dairy Queen. I'm just gonna Google Dairy Queen in Roseville.
Come on, right up.
Get my little specialty.
Inside the mall.
You know what I mean?
Dairy Queen, not nothing wrong with it.
This right here,
It's in the strip mall.
Yeah, that's what
this right here, you should jot it down, but not this second, but I want to explain it to you. I was trying to figure out, how do we, and this is we is a general terminology, it might not be inside of the we, but I said, how do we end up in jail and prison? How does that happen? How do we find our way, into these spaces? Say spaces. Yeah. How do we find our way into these spaces, and then how do we find our way out? And in some ways, some of what I've been sharing with you is the way out, but it's so simple. You could gloss over it and think that I'm not talking about you or it's not really meaningful. But I'm gonna tell you something, if you really can control your mouth, I have to say it again, if you can control your mouth, say control my mouth.
Control my mouth.
Man, this is so powerful. If you can control your mouth, your world will change. You will take control of your time, because time is a mystery and creates a paradox that's difficult for us to understand because we cannot control our mouth. Not just when you're in the presence of certain people, but when you're in your own presence, if you can take control of your mouth, you're going to have an ability. Where's Norm? I mean,
He's at a medical
Ryan.
appointment.
Ryan got an appointment. No. He told me, Norm, that's your seat over there. You know, you messed me up right there. You know.
Okay, I can move.
No, you and Terrell move. Which way? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. So I was asking myself this question. I've been in the prisons for years, and I was trying to unpack the theology of us finding our way to prison. I was trying to unpack that while I was asleep. This model, which I call the logic model, pop logic model, I don't have a better name for it. one of my students last class tried to name it. And what did he call it?
I don't remember either.
It's model.
Yeah.
I was in the last class.
No, Larry, I realized that, son.
Trying to figure out the name.
Sit down. Sit down. That's Larry right there. Give him a hand. He need a hand. Sit down. He's the tow truck driver. You know what I mean? He got his job. You know, if you mess around and you're behind in your payments, Larry will knock you for your.
What does that say inside that circle? With the end is that?
I'm gonna come to it. Okay, I'm gonna come to it. Anyway, in the logic model, I was asleep, and then this appeared in my mind while I was asleep. Everything on the board right now, and I've written it's much smaller than I normally do. But when you go to work, if you ever had a job, some of us never had one. But if you have a job, where did you come from before you went to work? Good. Just listen. Good. The truth of the matter is, when you check into, what is this? Say it louder. Just say it louder. I can't hear everybody. This represents what? Thank you. When you check into time, you went to a home or a family. That's what that first box is, home or family. You checked into time, you got a birth certificate. It tells you when and where, you know, you were born. And all right, come on now, somebody.
Turn it down,
Calm this stuff down. This is important. Now remember, home is supposed to be, you know, theoretically, it's this beautiful place where loving parents are just waiting for you, and you know, they just want to hug you, and everything is good. This is, parenthetically, this is what's supposed to happen. The truth of the matter is, sometimes it don't go down like that. And sometimes when you check into home and family, you are already checking into drama. Say drama. Drama. You're already checking into pain. Say pain. Pain. One said the streets. We're gonna come to that, but that's true. And Will, who was here yesterday, y'all missed him. Willie Lloyd was, in the disciples. He said by birth. They were just baptized in. He was born into the disciple. What's the vice lord? Vice lord. I'm sorry. No, I know that, but that's a bad mistake in some places. Let me correct myself this morning. I need another sip of coffee, boy. Woo. But watch this. So he was already born into the vice lord. He was born in. His family was in. His mom was. His father was in. He was the guy. So he was born right into this pain and this drama. The police always there. I'm just using him as an example. But listening at Fabian yesterday, Big Fabian. I'm listening at Big Fabian yesterday, and it seemed like he was in the same boat. Big Fabian was born into a family with mom, uncle, dad, and this kind of trilogy that kept revolving around itself. And he's in the middle of it. So when you come into home and family. Everybody comes into home and family, some kind of home, some kind of family. I'm stopping there because even some people don't even they adopted or in foster care right from the get-go. But whatever your home and family is like, we begin to see it. Little Fabian, we begin to see it. Little Fabian, your conversation was the struggle that you had with in your family. You had these other boys who was your cousins who y'all struggled with. You even identified one of the cousins as a divider, knives, even know you all grew up in the same clan, I'm saying, or clique, so to speak. But everybody left home and family between 0 and 5, say 0 and 5.
0 and 5.
Yeah, everybody left home and went to a school or preschool. Again, that's a presumption. Some people don't get it. Some people are home right up until they're 6. After that, the law kicks in. Say the law. The law. Yeah, it's against the law not to send your children to school at 6 years old. In most states, you have to send your child to school. The parents can be arrested for not doing it. Minnesota's one of them. Right? So right away you go to school at between, I'm just saying 4 because some people go to preschool at 4, and you're staying in school till you're 18. That's the idea. What you need?
I just want to circle your schools at home.
This right here? I'm coming to that.
Oh,
Yeah, just be patient. Right, be patient. So then you check into home, the school, you went to your school, D, what school did you go to? Elementary school.
there's one called Tussin Hills.
Tussin Hill?
Yeah,
Okay, what about you? Just thinking one. Where'd you go? Kennedy Elementary. Where did you go? Olio. Okay, so you know, we all check into one of them. And the American theology is that you're going to go to school, you're going to get your education, you're going to check out, and you're going to go to college. Say college. College. You're going to go to college. You're going to be there for 4 years at least, and then you're going to enter into the work world. Say work world.
Work world.
And from the work world, after a period of time, say after a period of time.
After a period
You're
of
going to
time.
be able to enjoy some of the pleasure. This is the pleasure world. Say pleasure.
Pleasure.
Pleasure world means, you know, now you're traveling a little bit. Now you're moving around. You get to see the world. You get to recognize the world is a bigger place than just over there where you checked into time at. There's a lot of other stuff going on. A lot of other people's doing that daggone thing like you thought you was doing, but somebody else is doing it better, doing it different, doing it the same, you know, doing it again, right? And this is kind of though it's fading, oh God, this is kind of the American dream. Immigrants, say immigrants, who are migrating to America daily, they're coming for this. They believe this is real, and for them, they're willing to fight, cross over lakes, seas, face wild animals, pesticide, you know, poachers, hackers, everybody else to get here to have a shot at this. They want a shot. Folks coming in from Argentina, from Bolivia, even Chinese are running from China because, you know, of the oppression. They look like Chairman Chin he ain't doing it right. Let's get out of here. Where are we going? We're going to America. Where? You going to America, but then you got to cross seas and oceans and bodies of land. Oh my God. I feel like teaching this morning. Then you get to the place, and this is what you're trying to get to right here. And we right here the whole time. We are here the whole time. We running away from this like, oh, bump that. That can't possibly be the way to do it. I'll show you what I mean. I call this track 1. I didn't write that, but I should have. This is the track. These are 2 tracks. This is track 1. Say track 1.
Track 1.
I better write it. This is the track 1 life. This is track 2. Say track 1.
Track 1.
Yeah. And so look, if you've been off of track 1 for a while, it'll cause you to look back and remember and ponder, this is what I should have done a long time ago, but I got myself sidetracked. Say sidetracked. Yeah. Here's how you get sidetracked. Watch this. By messing with people who speak negative.
Word.
Thank you. Everybody else was asleep to that. Because really how you defeat this is your ability or inability to speak a positive word and take a positive action step to that degree that you're able to actually do that really all the time, make everything that comes out of your mouth positive, or shut up, don't say nothing. Watch this. You check in the time, home and family, you move over to school, and between 4 and 18, but suddenly we realize Johnny has a problem. Johnny called the teacher a B and said he was gonna kick her in her. That's Johnny. Johnny's only 6. Whoa. Johnny doing too much. But look, where did Johnny learn that from? At the house. At the house. So now say pain.
Pain.
Say drama. At Johnny's house, pain and drama are already set up. Mom and them, I'm speaking to Terrell's conversation. Terrell, we talked about you yesterday in a good way after you left. We know you got to pick up your children at 2 o'clock. But we know you fight. Actually, this model, this is what you fight right here. I'm gonna show you. This is the fight. It's on the board. I didn't even know you, but when I got this, I got it for somebody, and you one of the somebodies I got it for. I'm gonna show you exactly how your stuff is set up right here on the board. Oh God. Watch this. Home and family, Johnny Clowning. Say Johnny Clowning.
Johnny Clowning.
D clowning too. No, just kidding. No, I'm sorry. I just try to keep you awake this morning. I don't want you to sleep. You know he'll go to sleep before 10:30 if I don't kick the bobo with him. You know what I mean? He might go down on me. And so up here, Johnny Clowning, and first. And schools are trying, they're trying to accommodate Johnny, but John he's really got a potty mouth. He's really terrible with the things that he lets come out of his mouth. We first send John to the nurse. This is what that circle is, write it down. Don't ask me. No, I'm just sorry. Yes, Thursday though, you know what I mean. Yeah, I've been at this now a while. I'm just looking for another blackboard. See that one over there, all white and like that? I just want to mark it up. Yes, sir. Watch this. Watch. Johnny Clowning, where do we send him? Nurse. I couldn't spell that better. Johnny's at the nurse. The nurse is a good girl. She's a good girl. Dwayne, what the nurse calls Mom or Terrell. Look at what we set up now. Here goes this line of communication. Johnny left home. Johnny full of drama. He brought her to where? School. Took it to the nurse. Nurse took it to home. Mom and dad or whoever's there. Old boy them.
Yeah.
Say, oh boy.
Oh boy.
Yeah, oh boy them, you know.
Yeah.
And so look, now mom is upset because she's outed, and old boy's upset because Johnny done told, you know, Johnny's saying, look, it wasn't me. I don't know where did you learn that kind of language, Johnny? Where did you get that from? From my mama. Oh, so now we got a problem because mom is chastising Johnny for taking what is done in that house out into the community. Because now what's done at home.
Supposed to, but what's he gonna do? Gets out.
Huh?
What kid gonna do that?
Look, so. I didn't put my home. So look, the nurse can't handle Johnny because because 2 children came in who was really sick. Dwayne, don't leave me. 2 children went in, just till I get through with it. 2 children went in and was really sick, said they were sick. So they can't handle Johnny, say Johnny.
Johnny.
They can't handle Johnny, so they refer him, say referral. Referral. This is an important word. You gotta be listening to that. If somebody's referring you somewhere, you should be paying close attention. if either you or your children, if you're getting a referral somewhere, that's an important adjective to know. Because now Johnny got a referral from the nurse to the what? School. Say it louder than that. School office. Yeah, he got a referral to the school office. Now the school office has been talking to the nurse. They're talking to the family. They recognize Johnny's got problems. Johnny's not realizing it. Things are getting worse. And Johnny skipped because there's so much pressure on him between the school and his mom and them. He skipped school and now he's truant. Say truant. Truancy is a crime in Minnesota if you're in Minnesota and other states too, but Minnesota is one. If you don't go to school in Minnesota, that's a crime. And they will refer you to the juvenile center. Say the juvenile center. Juvenile center. Don't pay no attention to the light. The juvenile center. They'll refer you to the juvenile center, but you're moving off of track one. This is track one right here. Look at me. This is track one. This is that ideal life, the one we really desire. Even when you have children right now, the one you got. Your child is 6, and you want this right here is what you want for your child. Is that right or wrong? Right. And you know this is real, and you want that for your child. But let me tell you, if the child is living in drama is a whole bunch of people that can't control their. I'm teaching good though, but you ain't saying nothing. You acting like I'm trying to trick you out of something. I'm not trying to trick you. I'm only trying to help you. If you could up here listen to this just for just a minute, you would get and understand that if you can control your mouth, your world will change. Okay, watch. Johnny now got a court date at the juvenile center. Johnny has to appear in what? Court. Huh? Look what I'm saying. And so now Houston, we have a problem. Johnny is up here, got a court date. Johnny's got to appear in court. Here's what happens to Johnny when he gets to court. He meet a whole bunch of people who are in the same boat. And they always talking about the REEP. Look right here, D, because you didn't say nothing. You're getting tired now. I want to get this out, then you can take your nap. When you get to the say it again. Yes, son, yes. This could be a brutal place, man. From the streets.
It is a major turning point.
It is, and that's I appreciate you, because you see what I'm talking about. This is how easily the thing changes. This is how quickly the thing shifts, and then now you're on a whole nother page. Say a whole nother page. Yeah. This was track one, the ideal life. Say ideal life. Ideal life. Track two. Now you're on this road to the penitentiary. What they call the school to prison pipeline. Here in Minnesota, they have something called a correctional workhouse. They don't have it in every state. Some states, right from here, court and streets, you just go right directly to prison. I believe Chicago's like that. Or I should say Illinois. But here you got a pit stop. The pit stop is called the workhouse. Yeah, boot camp. Like that, they don't have the same theology that the boot camp have. The workhouse here is just another version of prison. You can stay there for it's 3 years. Right? It got too full. It used to be a year and a day you could only stay there. It got too full, and so now you can stay there 3 years. It's a really hard time because there's a lot of cell time. A lot of cell time at the workhouse, right? From the workhouse, if you still don't get it, get what? How to control your words. Because if you control your words, you control your life. If you want to control your life, but you cannot control your mouth, then it's impossible for you to have the dream you say you want. I'm going to tell it to you again. If you can control your mouth, say mouth. Then you can have a good life, say a good life. And the things that you want in the pleasure world over here can be yours. They can be yours. It's not a secret. It's not a trick. I'm telling you, you can work your little ham sandwich and get yourself right to here if you can control your mouth. Just go over when you leave on your break. If you walk over to the Subway or over to the beauty supply or something like this, just listen at what Bobo and them's talking about. They're right there. He's right there because he has nothing to do with his
Time.
He has lost himself somewhere between track 1 and track 2, just hanging out. I'm thinking of the Cameo song. Hanging downtown. Just waiting. I might sing it later. I don't think you know.
That's a thing.
Okay, wait. So let me just keep moving in. So hypothetically, on track 1, say track 1.
Track 1.
This is where my daughter, who you met, and she might be up here today, K-Tone. She was born into home and family, very little drama, went on through school 4 to 18, moved right on to the college world. Now she's 22, she's ready to move into the work world. This looks like, let me show you now. Don't be mad at me. I messed it up too. And the only reason why I can tell it to you like I'm telling it to you because I blew it before. But watch this. Now she's heading over here toward the work world. She works with us when she's home. You know, her parents own she can work there. She got some other offers. The notion is this is down the line. Say down the line.
Down the line.
Down the line, you move into a place called Pleasure World. Say Pleasure World.
Pleasure World.
Pleasure World is you own your own home. You got a cabin. If you're a fisherman, you maybe have a cabin or a boat. You might have a camper. You might you traveled. You went to on the Love Boat. You know, you hear about all of this stuff. This is real though. And I'm gonna tell you something. When I get a chance to move around like that, I always see somebody from Minnesota. Minnesota people travel well. Y'all in Minnesota, you should be you. But if you can never get control of your
Word.
if you can't ever control what comes out of your mouth, I'm telling you, you're doomed. Hey, lovey. I'm almost done. Anybody got a question up to now? Okay. All of this revolves around time is
Real money.
and time is a mystery, which is a
Time paradigm.
time paradigm. That's what we talk about. All of this stuff is all lining up. This is a time paradigm. And so even like some of us have just come home from prison. I got big Brian over here, 40-year Brian. You know, 40-year Brian has did all of this. I'm going too fast. I'm gonna come back. I'm just thinking about he had a doctor for me. And he's young. Brian is still young to have done 40 years. Say 40.
40.
Ooh, brother, I had to just straight back on. I just thought about.
Went in like 17.
Yeah. When I just think about 40 years,
Consecutive too.
The whole life.
it's a lifetime for some. Some don't live and die before that time. Many of our young people get caught right up in this, and then they gone right here. This is it. This is it. They don't even make it to the penitentiary. Is that making sense to y'all? No cousin. But you're right. From the correction of the workhouses, if you can get it at the workhouse, then you can still find your way back. That's what these lines are here. Because there always is a way back. There's always a way for you to find your way back to track 1. There's always a way, but the way has always got to do with your mouth. It's always got to do with your mouth. Your relationship with your female, or your relationship with your male, good, bad, or indifferent, is determined by what comes out of your mouth. Let me take you through it. Johnny done moved up to the courts. Now Johnny's just running the street. He's messed around and he had a year and a half at the workhouse, but Johnny's still not listening. He's still not paying attention to time. He's messing around now. He moved on to the correctional prison. Johnny has not resolved his issues. Johnny's issues were here. What's here? Home. Say it loud. Home. Johnny's issues are home, but he hasn't resolved them yet. He's spending up all of his time on track 2, trying to figure out how he's trapped like this. But then now Johnny gets what? Parole. Say parole. Parole. And when you're at parole, if you haven't managed any of this, what I'm telling you about, you start thinking, pardon me, you start thinking, I've been missing it. I gotta get back. Let me get back where I was. And so your desire is to have the
Pleasure world.
good. Your desire is to have the pleasure world. Even though your problem was at home. If Johnny don't turn back the hands of and face what happened at home, he's gonna end up going right back through the mix again. Does that make sense to you? This is the school to prison pipeline unpacked in front of your face. Some people in this room went just like this. I'm saying just like this. And the only way for you to come out, is for you to control your mouth, take control of your time. Because time is. I'll wait for all the amens to die down. I'm teaching good. Come on, talk about it.
First charge ever, man. 14 years old. Home invasion.
Home invasion, right.
They charged me as an adult at 14.
14, they already charge you as a adult. Yes, sir. They already charge you as a adult. So, and they treat
what? 2 years in board.
Yeah, they can charge you as an adult.
Yeah, wave you over.
They can charge you at 12 years old as an adult.
Wave you over.
They got man in Atlanta right now.
Yeah, when you black, they drop that number.
15 when he caught his murder.
That's a young boy that just got his case the other day. Went into the.
He already been in Atlanta.
They go to the adults, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Go to duck court.
Ain't no JDC.
He in Atlanta, he don't try to
To the
like
big boy
that.
shit.
Right. Say what?
Well, he said there's no JDC, I said Red Wing.
Yeah, but that's still minimum jail.
JDC is low down, man. That Red Wing is low down. I taught there for 3 years, man. It ain't no place you want to go. It ain't no place you want to go. 2 things are happening in Red Wing. One, we got a whole bunch of these folks right here who ain't thinking about trying to get right. Ain't thinking about it. And then on the other side, on Red Wing, they have an adult side because they ran out of space, so they built an adult side on the Red Wing field. You know what I mean? And so really, but the answer is to try to.
I know it is too though. They got juvenile and adult.
Yeah, but they don't let them merge. But the answer for it is to allow the older heads. This is where they're on their back end of their time. They coming home, so they go into Red Wing to downgrade. If you can figure out a way to merge these 2 populations and have dialogue, then some of that dialogue could help some of them young people from going around the school to the prison pipeline. Say school to prison.
School to prison.
It's really cradle to the prison, but I'm just trying to be, I'm not trying to be so harsh. But this is really from the cradle straight, in some cases, to the grave.
Yeah.
And here it is in your face. And it's still a proposition, each one of them, even me, it's always a proposition that could swallow you up if you're not paying attention to what you're doing.
You're right too, because I'm definitely going through some right now.
What you going through right now? Can you talk about it? You sure?
Yeah, I was ready to cut my braces this morning and all that.
Yeah.
Don't do that, brother.
Yeah.
Tired of people.
That's the
That
devil.
ain't gonna help you at all.
Don't do that. You bigger than them.
Think about your wife, man.
They're gonna take you back around.
Right.
When they cut on my kids, I don't be caring.
Yeah. That's what you say now. Except that when you lock back up, suddenly you get your mind back right. I'm just telling you because I've been there too. And all of a sudden I start thinking good again, like, oh yeah, Why? What?
Hold on. I wasn't
How did I get back here again?
I wasn't serious.
Yeah, right. And then, like,
I wasn't serious.
right. Go
It was
ahead.
a mistake.
Go ahead.
Have you heard of Thistle, dude?
I have.
Before it shut down?
Yeah.
It was a good, like,
Don't let it.
program.
Excuse me. You know what? This'll do. He's talking about a program that doesn't exist anymore. It was a juvenile boot camp.
Yeah.
And the whole notion of boot camp is to give you control your mouth through structure. Say structure.
Structure.
Yeah, and they base it on a military motto, and it does work. The same way they take soldiers, young people 18 years old out of school, never been away from home, and they're training them to be soldiers stationed somewhere overseas around the world, defend, possibly shoot, kill, or be shot and killed. They use structure and discipline. Say discipline.
Discipline.
They use control. When you speak to your commanding officer, you say, "Sir, request permission to do X." It's either granted or not granted. This is a theory. Now watch carefully what I'm getting ready to tell you about what you just said. Because a lot of times there's no discipline here. And when there's no discipline here or no structure, you'll say or do anything. I ain't trying to be mean, but what Isaiah is saying is just showing that you lack some discipline. Say discipline.
Discipline.
You didn't tell me what the situation is, but what you said you thought your response was going to be tells me that you forgot what you should remember, and you remember what you should forget. Yikes.
Amen.
Real life. I'm just telling you, there is nothing, say nothing.
Nothing.
That means no thing. There is no thing that caused me to go back to the penitentiary of my own free choosing. No thing. Now, you know, I'm gonna leave it right there. I can say more about that, but I'm just gonna leave it right there for you to ponder, consider the things that are in front of you. Let me tell you this, don't be mad at me. This is love. Now, do another 7, you won't have a wife, and somebody else be raising your kids. I'll wait for all the amens to die down. I'll wait for you to think hard about what I just said. She a good girl. I like how you talk about her. You made me respect her, and I appreciate that. But do 7 more and see what happens.
He gonna get the what they call the butt naked man love.
Second in the little shot. I ain't trying to up here. This is all love. Say all love.
All love.
I feel it.
Yeah, this is all love. But this is my track 1, track 2 model, the pop logic model. That's the only name I can think of. Say logic.
Logic.
Logic has to do with thinking, thought, theory, right? Research, study. This right here, what you're seeing right here, is created by me. Yeah. Because I spent so much time in the penitentiary, I was trying to figure out how can I help you? How can I figure out how to unpack what you're in? I couldn't, in my sleep, this whole thing came to me in a dream. Everything, all the boxes, everything, this is what it looked like when I got the dream. It looked like this. I used to write it like that, but now I've been doing it so many times I get bored with writing it just like this. But it have everything to do with adders, subtractors, multipliers, and dividers. Because who you gonna meet? Adders, subtractors, dividers, and multipliers. This is only people you're ever gonna meet. This is why you angry right now, because of somebody like this here. I'm just telling you, I don't need to know the details. I already been there. This something done happened right here. It done caused you to have a pause in your timeline and have you consider the possibility of going back to track 2 because of somebody's mess. And it's not them, it's you.
You control you.
You can't never control nobody else. What they do is what they do. What you have control over is yourself, and you do that by controlling your word. Even if a situation jumped off and then you blasted it without thoroughly thinking about it before you said anything. Sometimes you have to just stop and think, I'm going to wait for all the amens to die down.
Amen.
Whew.
Man, you rough, man.
I'm saying one. And what I'm really saying is, I just don't want to lose you, you know, to the mess. Somebody sent somebody to send me to tell you, boy, I'm gonna say, if you keep right on with that dirty mistreating, I'm gonna kick you in the butt till your heart stops beating. But I just want to stop right there for a minute. Partly because I'm tired, but secondly because I just want to hear something from you about it. Am I teaching good?
Yes.
Okay, then tell me what it's making you think.
It's making me reminisce on everything I done went
All the
through
bad
ever
stuff.
since I was a baby. That right there is a true story.
It is. I can start at home.
It ain't fake at all. That's just 100% reality.
Yeah.
Either you gonna go that way or you gonna go that way. And until you get it right, you gonna continue going further down the line.
Right.
It also shows me that my situation now, if it was then, I wouldn't be in this situation. I either be, I done hurt somebody, did something, or I'm back in jail.
Right. And Dwayne, what I want you to understand is the one thing that you have learned over your years right now is how to hold back a little bit.
It was hard.
Yeah.
It was hard.
Yeah, no, but I'm just telling you, I see it in you. You know, you trying not to, you know, right away when you get broke, when you're broke and you're in this mix, you're looking for a victim.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just saying, and if mess around here and you got that victim mentality where you just up here, you're gonna figure out how to make a victim out of somebody because I'm not gonna go down like this, but you rationalizing poorly the state of your situation, you putting an X on your Y when you don't even need to go there, but you can't manage your emotions. Number 3 in the 8 steps of the good life, you can't manage your emotions, you tricking yourself off and allowing your thinking to be crazy. Here comes out of your mouth all kinds of crazy words. Put your hands up.
Off to the race. Off to the race. Here we go.
So, and when you do that, then you got to get a bump or a drink plus because you got to put out all that fire and you can't manage it no more. Now you self-medicating and now you right back in the mix. Oh, right back in love again. I'm gonna say, every time I move, I lose. What a rut I'm in. Every time I turn around, back in love again.
I just need to listen to that.
Right, man. Yeah. But look. But I'm just trying to help you. I'm just trying to help you think. Somebody else talk back to me in here. I'm teaching good. You should be saying something.
Okay.
Fabian, you should be saying something. I'm talking about your life. I never asked you no questions, but yet I described your life. You ought to be saying something to me, man.
Well, okay, what I'm thinking is, you know, when you were explaining everything, like a single word popped up, revenge.
Yeah.
Revenge. Because I feel like, you know, my process through that cycle, it's like anger or pain.
Yes.
You know, I want revenge
Yeah.
because anger hurt me,
Yeah.
pain hurt me. So I want to hurt pain. I want to hurt anger.
Is that possible?
It's not possible. It's like chasing the ghost.
It's like chasing a ghost. That was good. That's the most powerful thing you said in this class. It's like chasing a ghost. You have to rectify your issues with yourself. Now, that takes a strong man or woman to manage your own issues.
But it's like that's what they want, cause they send you right back home and they know like what's going on with you. So they send you right back. It's like I'm not from Minnesota, I'm from Chicago. Caught my case out here. This is where they send me at. So I couldn't go nowhere else but here. And they send me right on the block where I was getting money at.
Yeah, like, because you ain't from here, you could went on, you ain't from here.
Feds don't do that. Feds don't do that. Feds don't do that. What he could have did when he did his first review,
Could be to change the address.
Yeah, do that 18 months, we got before.
So look, but here's the point of what he's saying. I'm right back here, right back. I'm right back. And you could be right back, but you could be different, and right back ain't right back no more. If you're different, all of this changes. I'm gonna stay with Fabian's point a little bit because I feel like he was digging a little bit right there, and I appreciate that. And what he was up here saying is, I'm angry about what didn't happen. You didn't say that, but I heard you. You say, I'm angry about what didn't happen, and in some ways, I would like to have somebody be held accountable for what they didn't do. Am I making myself clear, son? But yet, what the probability is that they can't even figure it out themselves. They've been at it so long that it has become a number 6. What's a number 6?
Habit.
It's a number 6 for them now. And the only way out of a number 6, man, is treatment. I'm teaching good this morning. Treatment is the only way out of a number 6, or love. And them two things can work together. I have been living long enough to see love overpower addiction. I've seen it. So I know it's true. Most of the time you need treatment. Every now and then you can get love completely out of it, because the threat of losing what you know you love is too powerful for you to have one more drink of bump. I'm just letting all the amens that die down right there.
Amen.
Yeah. Yeah.
He back.
Yeah. Right.
He back.
Right. And so Fabian, but I appreciate you. It makes me glad I have a little time with you, just so we can unpack some of the vicissitudes of our lives. I had to go through my stuff and overcome it, so I can stand here in front of you and talk about your stuff and know the way out the hole. You hear me?
Thinking about this stuff.
We got a lot of time.
I'm just telling you, look, I messed around.
He said he had a dream.
When I started, that's true. But when I messed around, and when I told you, when I got saved, there was a Mexican boy prayed for me in the park. And then the conversation kept on going, and part of the conversation was, now go back. I was clean. I never went to treatment. I didn't have love. I had messed over some loves. So I was just by myself. And I said, you know what? It said, go back and teach what I just taught you. And so then I went to college. I said, because nobody don't believe me. I was all the way straight. So I couldn't convince nobody. Yeah.
Stop playing.
Yeah, all I could do was go back to school. I had to go back to school and get a degree, and I'm telling you, there's a way out, and I live my life here. Don't be mad at me. Don't be mad at me. Don't be mad. I live my life here. I'm here now. No. I had to quantify it, because sometimes your past hurt won't allow you to celebrate nobody else. And so I'm careful where I say that. I'm careful where I say that, because some people can't take it. But I'm up here just trying to say, look, the man you are and the situation you're in today, you don't even see who you're going to be. You don't even see him yet. And when you do see him, you're going to remember what I'm telling you today. That's what that Negro was trying to tell me. And now I'm thinking like him, who I wasn't when I was who I was in the past. Terrell, I see your hand. Go ahead.
Knowing my situation, how can I, because watching that model, that track thing, I'm like, I'm at the school's office.
Right.
So how can I, no, not that, I'm talking about the second one.
Yeah.
How, what would be the steps? Because the issue is, the total issue is her. How can I reach her to actually get this message to her so she can understand, so we can save him from further and going down that line?
Ooh, brother, what a question. Yes, what a question that was. I absolutely love it. I was born for the question, but I love that you had the ability to ask it. Let me give you a couple strategies. One, the school office wants somebody to work with.
I'm doing so, but he goes back there.
Listen. Your son got a counselor right here, a school counselor. Say school counselor.
School counselor.
When you got time, set up a meeting with the school counselor. Sit down with them. When you meet the counselor with your son, and say, you know, I just want to share something with you. I need to take you into my confidence. I'm really trying to help save my son's life. And I need your thinking. Our situation at home is not the best. You don't have to go into detail. They already know. These are smart people. They already know. And you ain't the only one. But you say to them, I'm trying to keep my son on the right path. And I need your help and your thinking. What you're saying right there is you're asking for a referral. Referral's powerful. Say referral. You're asking for a referral. And so what the school counselor was saying is, you know, we have some therapists available to us. And so first, the school counselor, you sit down and meet, and the therapist. That's creating another little triad. This is without mom yet, just y'all three. Because all they want is some parent who takes responsibility over what's taking place. They want that. Then they're saying, okay, good. How do we get mom to this? Then you step back. The school counselor gonna say, oh, she gonna reach out down here to mom. Saying, you know, we had a meeting, we had a couple conversations about your son. We really want to get your thoughts. You know, he's not in trouble. They know how to talk to, you know, they train. They say, but I just want to get you, you're out of the picture right now, but I just want to get you to sit down and talk to us and think with us about how we can best serve your son. They get her involved and she's involved. Then they suggest to her, can we get the father involved? You've already been involved. If she say yeah, that's one thing. If they say yeah, they say, well, but it's better with two parents. It's better to involve the father. Then you're in a therapeutic situation, and that's what you're trying to get. It seems impossible what I'm saying. It seems hard, but it's not that hard, because then people have been trained to listen for cues. I need help. I need your thinking. I need thoughts. That's what cues them. Otherwise, they're just sitting there getting a check. Okay, let me just tell you. When we started, my wife and I started with the men in prison right off the bat. She started with the children of the girls. It didn't take us long before we found out some of the girls' parents were the men I had in prison. It didn't take no time. So the way we started the boys program was because the men in prison kept on saying, Pop, I need you to start something for the boys because I don't want my son to follow in my footsteps. That's how come we now have a boys program. This is how this thing can work. This is how this thing can work if you work it. Say if I work it. You got to use the right words. Listen, words are the key. If you use, and you got them, Terrell. I'm impressed with you. You got them. If you use the correct terminology, correct words, speak from your heart like you do, it's going to be a key that opens up that lock. And therapy, people jumping out of there like, yeah, he did what? Okay, let me see what I can do. Let me figure it out. Let me figure out how to pay for it. Let me figure out how to make sure everything's right here. Let me figure out how to get him some outside support. And you are in a fight, sir. This is one way for you to fight different. Besides you and old girl keeping on with your thing. And sooner or later, if she catch you in that place when you're weak, or you catch her in that place where she's weak, you will bring out the worst in each other. And let me tell you why that is. Because she knows how to push your button, and you know how to push her button. And sooner or later, if you allow it to continue the way it is, somebody's gonna push somebody's button and the thing will blow up, and we'll be seeing this stuff on the news, and we ain't got no business seeing it on the news because you know how to deal with it. Give him a hand for taking that right there. Now I just want to save your life and your boy. I don't know your boy, but I got a heart for him right now because of what I hear is coming out of your mouth. Let's take a break. 11:15.